This lesson is on section 4.2 titled Proportional and Non-Proportional Relationships. Proportional is a kind of a fancy word for equal, so you can kind of think equal and not equal relationships when you think of the word proportional. Okay, and so two related quantities or two related, you can kind of think of fractions or numbers are equal or proportional if they have a constant ratio between them, meaning they have the same, kind of the same value between them. And if the two related quantities do not have that same value, then they are not equal or not proportional. So that's kind of what that means. And your book will use the word proportional a lot, and even on tests, you'll see that word proportional. So think of that word proportional as equal. So example one. So if the cost of one CD at a record store, this kind of dates this example. You guys probably haven't even gone to a record store before, or probably a lot of you don't own CDs anymore. But if the cost of one CD at a record store is $12, so is the total cost proportional to the number of CDs purchased? Okay, so pretty much what it's asking, so is the total cost per CD equal to the amount of CDs that you purchase? I know this can seem kind of tricky, but let's work this out. So whenever you see this, when it's asking you for proportional relationships, I want you to make a chart. So we're going to make a chart here. And on this chart, so we're going to put the number of CDs at the top. And then we're going to put the total cost at the bottom. Okay, so if we buy one CD, it's going to cost us $12. What happens if we buy two CDs? Well, 2 times 12 is $24. Okay, if we buy 3 CDs, well, 12, 24, 36, just counting by 12s, going to be $36. And we'll go one more because we have room. 4 CDs, well, 4 times 12 is $48. So pretty much when it's asking you if it's proportional, it's pretty much saying, is there a pattern? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the total cost and we're going to divide it by the number of CDs. Okay, so if we look at here, 12 divided by 1 is 12. 24 divided by 2, that's 12. 36 divided by 3, are you guys seeing a pattern? 48 divided by 4 is 12. Because we have the pattern of 12 each time, we can say that the total cost is proportional to the number of CDs purchased, because we do see that there's a relationship. For every CD you buy, it goes up $12. So this is a proportional relationship. So you would say yes. And you're saying yes, and you're proving it by using that chart. So not only do you have to tell me yes or no, but you have to prove it by using the chart that shows. Okay, let's do one more example. So the cost to rent a lane at the bowling alley is $9 per hour, plus $4 for shoe rental. Is the total cost proportional to the number of hours rented? Okay, so again, let's make the chart. So we have the chart right here. And let's do total cost at the bottom again. Instead of the CD price, the last example, we're going to do the number of hours. Okay, so let's say you just want to bowl 1 hour. So with 1 hour of bowling, it's going to cost you $9 for that hour plus an additional $4 for shoe rental. So with 1 hour of bowling, it's going to cost you 9 plus 4 is $13, right? Okay, and I'm just going to put this as in dollars so then I don't have to write the dollar sign every time. Okay, so with 2 hours of bowling. So, so we have $9 per hour plus just one $4 fee of shoe rental. So 9 plus 9 would be $18, and 18 plus 4 is going to be $22 for bowling, 2 hours. Okay, 3 hours. Well, $4 for shoe rental, And then we have to pay 9 3 times. So 9 times 3 is $27. And 27 plus 4 is going to get you $31. Okay. Let's say you're really into bowling and you want to bowl for 4 hours. So we're going to do 9 times 4 is $36 plus another $4 for shoe rental. So that's going to be $40. Okay. So let's just stop there. That should be good enough to figure out if there's a relationship here. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take the total cost and we're going to divide it by the number of hours. And the only reason I'm doing it in this order is because we're going to take the bigger number divided by the smaller number just to kind of make the numbers work out a little bit nicer and not to have decimals. You can go number of hours divided by the total cost, but you're going to get decimals and it's going to be a little bit harder to divide out. Let's make things easy for ourselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 13 divided by 1 is going to be 13. Let's see if we get a pattern here. 22 divided by 2 looks like it's going to be 11. 31 divided by 3. Well, you can type that into your calculator. If you or you can kind of make an estimate. I would say it's like about 10 because 30 divided by 3 is 10. So I'm just going to say about 10. And then 40 divided by 4, and that's actually 10. Okay? But because these numbers are not the same, it is not a proportional relationship, meaning there's no pattern. It's not an equal amount of increase going up every hour that you bowl. Just because this $4 shoe rental is what kind of makes that difference. They're not charging you $4 an hour. It's just one total fee of $4. So that means it's not a proportional relationship. It's not an equal relationship because the numbers are not equal. So we're going to say, no, it's not. And again, you got to use your chart to show, kind of show your work and to prove that. So this is how you prove if it's a proportional or non-proportional relationship, by reading the problem carefully, creating your chart, and seeing if there's any relationship or any pattern with the data you're given. That brings me to the end of the lesson. Thanks for watching.